Good morning, folks. It's 8:40 a.m. on the 21st day, 11th month, 2022. What I'm looking at here is the 12-hour totals for the northern half of Australia, and they're rather severely, extremely, oh my god, high. And I'm going to go right into it. I ain't wasting no freaking time. 3 centimeters in 12 hours over here, increasing up to 5 centimeters over 24-hour totals. Right? That's just what they're telling you is coming. Now, count what's coming in the wind and what's running towards you. And some of these towns are absolutely in deep, 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 deep shit. Yeah, I don't have another word for it. I ain't gonna mollycoddle this one. If you got tender ears, yeah, grow up. Hey, don't that look like a nose and a big old fuzzy head and a beard? Was that an airport? Confluence of a river. Yeah, that's gonna flood out, and it's all gonna race somewhere, and it races here, and it goes through all the side areas. Man, this is bad. This is all bad. It's all headed to Fitzroy Crescent. In this area here, where I was informed, is 150,000 or 120,000, something like that, indigenous people living in this area. It's Well, their lives will be changed for a long time. But they know how to survive. They were a long time, right? But to have a deliberate man-made flood put over the top of the Queensland mob is not very cool. Not cool at all. These beautiful people did not ask for geoengineering. They was not consent to geoengineering over tribal land. And all the stuff in this square is all headed this way. The land kind of rolls down in a depression down this way. And I'm not talking about depressed over the weather. I'm talking about a depression, right? Right. So it's a very square-looking line, isn't it? Now that's just what ICON has to say. That's for your 24s. Over your 2-day totals are looking extremely high. It's not stopping, but as the flow from this area here and the chem that's coming in this tendril here gets squeezed more toward the center, the V shape will change and this moves more north. So you do have a little more time to react here than other areas did over the 2 days, but you're going to have to ride some shit out. Don't go inside your roof unless you have the ability to get out of it. Do you have rope? You know, an extension lead you plug in the wall can become a rope and save your life. What's more important, the extension lead or your life? So know this. There's ways to have things to survive. Don't climb up a tree. They might get uprooted. Right? Somebody suggested that the other day in a post. I said, no! Yeah, how'd that work out? And even central Queensland here, the next 24 hours is inundation. And this, I believe, it heads this way. So that this area here is in danger of over time having quite a bit of water rush its way. But it looks like most of your event is occurring uh, over the next 24 hours. So that's going to be a very sudden flash flood that impacts this area. And everything on this side of this range here flows towards Cairns. Carnes. And is fail. This program must fail. Geoengineering must fail. Paris Agreement must never be agreed upon and ratified. Otherwise, you're facing absolute disaster upon command by people that have no accountability. No accountability at all. And your 10 days totals for up here in northern Queensland they're floods. You guys are getting flooded again up through here. I said that, though, days ago. I read this pressure like a book. Every day I tell you what's at the end of the 10-day forecast to keep it accurate in the distance, so you know what you can do 2 weeks away. You should be able to plan your weather of what you're doing by now. People that can't even give you a weather forecast, they ask you to have money to go explore Mars and things like this. Get the fuck out of here with that waste of money bullshit. You can't give an accurate weather forecast with long term. or release the weather plan so we all may see visibly. If you got my house marked for maybe a flood this week or a fire next year, I want to know. I want to know. And the people over here deserve to know when 5 centimeters of water are going to hit this lake area over the next 3 days. They should have known 10 days ago that was coming. And if you followed my work, you did. Because I do this for free. Yes, people could care to support my work, and people do, and thank you so much for doing so. But I ain't out here begging for nothing. I hate when people say that it's right. Can't people just have a charitable attitude in life and try to just be the beautiful we're here to be? And tell the truth and be honest. It's the world of dishonesty is really saddening to me. Even the filters on all the pictures, it's dishonesty. It's you not showing who you are. It's not being yourself. It's you wanting to be something you were never born to be. Mother Nature did not make our faces smooth like Odo from Deep Space Nine. He gave us wrinkles. In each one of those is a line in your tail. And you are allowed to have these things. You are allowed to have the gray hair. All right, some things people get bullied about are right. Right? You talk about a body feature on somebody they're born with and you belittle somebody like that. Do that in front of me. It won't go well. You'll get corrected. Melbourne, most of your events coming. Like right on election day time. Yeah. Right on that day. Yeah, I fucking went there. You believe them totals are going to stay that low? You got some snow that's going to come through here. I've been waiting for it. On the 10th, it's all coming soon. And then it's meltdown time. Really, you're getting their snow in the next 24 hours, and there's not going to be much of an increase. A little bit of flurriage, but not much. So here it comes, and there it goes. And then it's a meltdown. See, that's a mighty evenly spaced line of snow depositings, making it a deposit. Hey, I know what a shit looks like, and I know when you're curling one out, and well, they're curling one out on you. Right on down to Melbourne, they're going to wring that sack out. You see the funnel shape? Yeah, that's where your water's coming from. It's going to be an EMF mode. But if you're looking on here to get your accurate radar, you're going to be fooling yourself because there's so much gets left out, data-wise, that gets missing. I'm looking for the national loopiness here from compliments of the Australian government Bureau of Morons Meteorology. They've been hitting the head with a meteor or something. They can't even forecast. They would forecast that more accurately. Look at his pulse, but it's curving from here. I was watching it earlier. This one's swirling. It's making a swirl beam off the coast. Look. You got a lot of action going on these next reds from over here. This one's coming in from the site. This one's making a swirl. See the distinct pulse? Boom. And all of those curves line up with the center here where the radar station is. See those side pulses? I'll get to that other one. You got the whole coast is doing it. If I go up here to this next one, which is Dampier. The Dampier. But if you say the word, the Dampier. That Dampier. So we zoom out. See, they're showing no guilt here. But Captain Insano shows no mercy with the weather machine. Because they're insano with the weather. See, it's all pointing at the next red. Bzzz, getting fried, Straya style, controlling the flows, man, making sure that shit pinpoints. Catherine, pinpoints. Fitzroy Crescent, pinpoints. Places that never got warned, which is very wrong. I'll do a double bump. We just saw you. Now we are back at the Serpentine. The Perth Serpentine composite. So sorry, your snake will not be shedding its skin for 12 weeks. But then why even have the arrow option to show it, you dumbasses? But your website's about as up to date as my taste in jewelry. Yeah, I like modern and old. I like Victorian. I'll be honest. I do. It's my favorite. They ain't showing fuck off. All right, let's go zoom back out again. National Loopy. Back out. Showing the guilt. Here. The carnivore's radar. Serpentine. What's that? Guns N' Roses. The Serpentine. Do 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 do. Oh my. That's quite a pulse to put out. Got to pulse it in here. Earthquake much? Alright, I'm going to show you some radar imagery now. And of course, the missing data is evident. There's been some, must have been some pulsing because they turned off the feed. Where it just goes away. Right there. 3 hours and 19 minutes ago. It just said, nothing to see here, folks. Look at your phone for a little while. Yeah, that cloud just says, yeah, there's just nothing. A total nationwide glitch. A total glitch. That means they done something. They're hiding something. You know what they tell you? If you don't want a camera pointed at your house, it's because you're hiding something. Well, when you turn off the data on the stream, you're hiding something. Glitchenstein. They didn't turn Alice off. They didn't turn all this freaking curve of predictably lined up chem-bomb storm bullshit that's over here impacting Victoria with supercell-like destructive actions on people's gardens. And while it's not too much fun for the weekend, to end with a storm and begin with a storm. And as we go over to the shit can of Cairns, here we go. They're getting shit canned. Boy, they just don't give a fuck to show you accuracy, do they? We'll go to the 1 hour. Let's see if they took any minutes out. 3 minutes ago. Alright, let's go look. Because you got some supercell action going on here. That's a spinner. That one's got a hook. Boom. Yeah, that's a bad bomb. This one. She's squeezing out this bass end right here. See it? Every time that tendril snaps, she's going to release something down. Isn't that predictably happening over a stream? Where I said there got to be imminent flooding. It's predictable, like the bees that I see. They bust in your head and they boom in your dreams. How dare they? Mount Surprise, get ready for the chem-bomb surprise. As they reach towards each other, and right when they connect, right over these rivers, the chem bombs meet. They're gonna have a big chem bomb meeting. Artie Marty had a party, all the chem farts were there. And then some fucking motherfucker laid a beauty and we all ran out of here. Well, let's go look at what that looks like, shall we? Yeah, why not? We'll go and look at what's going on. Boom, 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 plum, 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 plum. Isn't this so fartastic? I will take a nice sip of this coffeetization in my cup that needs replacing. Okay, that was a loud noise. Chem-bomb, all reaching. One's reaching this way, one's going that way. This is going that way, that's booming that way, that's going here, that's going there. And what goes up must come down. There they are. The toxiflyers have been busy toxifying the air. Chem-bomb here, chem-bomb there. Chem-bombs in your drying underwear. Your underwear underline's got chem-bombs in it. That's right. Chem-bombs in your underwear. Yep. There's shit in your pants, man. There is. There's shit from the sky, and if you're drying it outside, there's literally shit in your pants that you don't know about. You got other people's shit in your pants. How do you think about that? How does that make you feel? That something over here is falling out into your clothing and you're just grinding it in your ass while you're sitting in your computer chair, hey, sharing a meme and saving the world. Are you an activist or are you sit on your activist? Or you're correcting everybody. Oh, look at that bomb. Look at it. Look at this. This is blatant bombing. Blatant bomb. Blatant bomb. Keep fucking calm and shop. That's what they want. Are you shopping today? That's all that matters. Have we made your weather bad enough where you don't feel like going to the mall and it's just fucking easier to order that toxifying food over to your house? Who knows? Maybe a drone will be bringing that in the future. You know, that sounds counterintuitive to hot food. Is blowing a fan over the top of your food package. But who knows? Maybe they'll put the exhaust over the top of the package. They got that little extra graffinated food. I prefer to have my world degraffinated. And while this is not healthy stuff in the sky. Boom. Next red. Faster. Faster. Bzzz. That was just a slight EMF bomb that went on. Just a little pulse. Boop. Just a little tickle there at the end. It tickled the sky. Mr. Tickle's got a pickle and you're getting fucked. Here's the vag. The microwave vag. Dildonic skies vibrating up your storms. Look at this crap over the Great Barrier Reef. Okay, gonna try to wind me up in the morning. It's not even 9 o'clock in the morning, and here I go to watch a chemical attack on one of the largest life forms on the planet, the Great Barrier Reef. It's about as symbiotic as it could be. And things out there tend to get along. They make friends with things that are not themselves. And they prosper and thrive. And I used to see us as Homo sapiens as not being humane beings as often as we should. Okay, let's just chem bomb here. Why? Because New Zealand needs this storm too, you know. And well, we need to microwave some people. Let's fry them right now. Bomb, bomb, bomb. See, it's not all just microwaves and plasma. You got bombs being deployed as well. I keep saying this for years, that there's a big picture, and a lot of people are right. And hello, Harvey Bay. Look at the gilt hair plume. What, is somebody got a fire going on out here? Or are they giving a political speech? Hey, have a big square off your coast. I've seen pictures of this from the ground, people pointing off the coast. That's what it looks like from above. Okay, yeah, you did get a big line of chem bombs coming over to the north of Brisbane, Caboolture, Bribie Island, Twin Lakes. North Lakes, I mean. Boom. Boom, Byron Bay. Chem Byron Bay. Boom! Chem Bombay. Chem Byron Bay. Smoking it out over in Nimbin. Maybe somebody just exhaled. Whoa. Chem bombed all to hell. Look at that shit. The hexagram. Boom, boom, boom went the plume over Brisbane, and away went your fucking beautiful sunset night looking toward the west. You had the toxiflyer skies, the not so beautiful sunset. That's pictures that you will show will be a picture of a gas chamber coming to you from over here. And it'll come to you in your sleep. When you open up your windows to save your money on electricity, you'll be breathing the chem-bombed air. The call is on. In oh so many ways. Oh so many miles of toxified skies. When the toxifliers decide that things need to die, the sickness mix is let loose. This is disgusting. Absolutely criminal. I ain't left you out, Tazzy. I'll just zip over quick. Yep, there you got it. There you got it. You capped it, you had it, you had it. Did the wicked glitches is all over. And then they turn the data off when it's time for you to go. You might have had to go to work at that moment and say, what do I need to wear? Hey, there's no radar at all. Everything looks clear. And then you go outside and you get a flood. What if that was the only minute you had to access radar and internet in the middle of nowhere, and they turned off all your data, and they turned off all your radar, so you're not allowed to see it, so that you could go to a moment and the radar is off. Or you go to, maybe this is your app, and you go for a moment and it's off. I showed it to you earlier. So now as we get some more dangerous cells trinkling and dinkling and booming and a plume, and you know why those storms are there. I just showed you what has caused your weather. Now you will see the result of their experimenting on you. In your life. In the life of all the animals. An experiment. Even your weather guy at News 7 said it. They were experimenting. Planes experimenting. He said this. And that ain't out of context. Those are words. They were said and that was used and I applied no context. I don't have to apply context to this either. See that there? What if you was driving from here to here? You got no data. Nothing. Because they won't share it with this company if they decided? Have they decided no? You get this, you wake up in the morning, 23 hours and 32 minutes ago to do something, you say, yeah, I'm going to go out. And then they fucked you. Would they add it then when it suits them? Look at the fraying this thing did over the last 6 hours. See it? Look at the pulsations it's done. When you go down low, they ain't showing the whole thing. They turn the data off. They missed the level, actually. So there's what they're hiding. That's what they hid. Okay? Yeah, it busted your balls, you bastards. I know what you do. Yep. It's right, I get it. What are they changing it as we're talking? Yeah. Notice that? See something happen just then? While I was broadcasting, they turned off the pulse. But that's okay. It's already been recorded, you numbnuts. Why? That's why I call you the Bureau of Morons. You ain't fooling nobody. Now back to this screen. They didn't expect that. They didn't get all the levels and that one, the layers. I just found one that it was in. So I will be happy to go screenshot it, or somebody else will. We'll crap that beam right the fuck on out. I might even make it the thumbnail for the YouTube version of this video. Why? Because they're morons. They ain't hiding this shit from me. That just disgusts me. Absolutely disgusts me. So we'll go back to your forecasted inundations and stormings. Oh, I've already showed you that. Yay. I'll do it again. Look at what's coming, New Zealand. I'll bring you into the frame. If you'd like to support my work, you may do so at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. No, you will not get a fine for helping or supporting anybody, or you may contact me and you might want a piece of jewelry. There's still plenty of time to get it mailed to you for Christmas, but that deadline will be coming soon. I'm making a run down to the post office this morning. Hello, New Zealand. 22nd, I fucking told you. You guys get to be Thanksgiving poster children for the show of disasters in the United States. They were camped horribly. And I have no intention of showing that in this show. As a matter of fact, I gotta go toilet so bad that I'm near to the end of this broadcast. Because as Forrest Gump would say, I gotta pay. But in the White House, I'd be like, man, they let you have all the cappuccinos they want, man. Right? And then, how you feeling? Man, I gotta pee, man. Where's the fucking toilet? Yo, I wouldn't be there anyhow. I don't want anybody... You don't have sniffer dogs in the White House. They got a president for that. Bump. That's not a good thing to be known for. Sniffing children. That's disgusting. That's like the guy in Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, man, with the net. Smelling children. Yeah, that president needs to go. I don't see a candidate worth voting for. So again, I will abstain. Take no responsibility in this system. As they watch him, you got some action across the Tennant Creek the corridor of transport that they went. As you continually fucking on the 23rd, absolutely smashed on the 24th, bent over dry, and then get wet. Not even dry. Yeah, you were dry when he went in, and then you got wet. Oh, they're pissing down your back and telling you it's raining. Oh, that's it. Yeah, pissing down your back and telling you it's raining. And as we go through the Thanksgiving holidays in the United States of America, da 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 da, some storms, da 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 da, whammo! Have it. And as we get on to voting time, voting time. Whammo! Have another weekend rains. On houses are the stains. Fuck, this just sucks to do every moment, every day. I had to come on here and show the Kembams of it all. I was looking at some sand over here, and I was looking at the eye of the Sahara. As some people, I have a different theory of what this is than other people do. And I'm going to do an Imaginarium and involve this today. Because we're going to have storms. I ain't going to go out in this shit other than come walk down to the post office and I'm getting them back home. Yes, I will have a good line. Look at this. My Imaginarium loves this. I was tracking the sand, but what I didn't want to have to show was what they did off the west coast of the United States. Here's San Francisco here. Today's image isn't in yet, but the last couple days it's been absolute criminal skies over off the coast of California here. And chemtrail after chemtrail all the way up through Portland. All of it streaming inland. This one here is all pointed at one spot, like the witch's broom itself, right in the sky. Yeah, doesn't it have that luck? I'll call Imaginarium. Right? And something looking like something like that's Imaginarium. But that chemtrail, chem bomb shit underneath isn't. Then maybe there's an aircraft carrier out here and they're having some kind of exercises. Their exercises aren't just sweating. Their exercises are polluting our skies. And that's a bad exercise to have if this is what your exercise is, leading to the toxification of thousands of square miles of ocean water and air itself, particulates that'll flow around the entire planet. Like a great big fart in one big elevator, and we all have to live in this elevator yet. The plume of Nazis that don't want you to see data clearly can modify the weather and create clouds. Was there a forest fire over the ocean? No. This was done by planes. All the way up through into Vancouver. And that streamers into British Columbia. Chemtrail. How you doing, Courtney? Not looking too well loved over there. What a shame. Yeah, that's what I had to show you. It's a big square here. In England, we're about to have a historic storm. And I'll more than likely cover that separate. As our day goes on, we're going to have some terrible weather. Our image isn't it yet for today, and that's why I'm waiting. But to give you a quick breeze, I'll show you. Australia, I'm done with you for the day. Right, here's what we get smacked with today, UK. And it's upon us. So I gave you warning a day or so ago this was coming. Hey, London, you're going to get a smack. Wham. Not as big as we're getting around here. A long, sustained smack over Liverpool. All day long. Very, 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 very heavy rains. And so you can expect flooding down through Walton. Down in the lowlands over there, you're going to be flooded. Yeah. And that sucks. That the gang that bullied me has had their houses are going to get flooded out. I'm really not feeling too sad. The accumulations for the next 24 hours is very high for that area. Because I know how the lay of the land. There are a lot of hills around here. So to drop 3 centimeters of water on Liverpool right now, plus what's blowing in the wind, right, is going to lead to flooding. And as we go over the some of these totals, that's very high. So as this thing fucks off, it's going to drop about 4 or 5 centimeters of water. It's going to do a terrible amount of wind damage. The wind is very, very high. See the wind field coming in 2 batches. This is the one from today. And then we get a second smack most of the second smack's going to go in across Europe. And become the Thanksgiving poster child is going to be Rome. It's going to be these islands out here. They're the ones that are going to get the super smack. Corsica. Whammo. Right over the top of Italy. Yep. Welcome to Thanksgiving in America. There's a lot of very devout Catholics who will be paying a lot of attention and going to a lot of church. And then as the Pope is pushing the climate change agenda and they pop a storm over the top of Rome itself, it'll make a great impression. So we do have some, I'll get Turkey in the picture. We do have some very volatile storms raging across in Turkey, Israel, Syria, and them gets a smack. There's waves of storms that are going to come across Turkey on Thanksgiving Day. Yeah. Thanksgiving Turkey, no, not this year. And the Rose of Anatolia will be so wet that day. Moolah. Ooh, that G with the horns over the top looking thing, it's like a woo. You continue the sound of the letter in front of it. It's usually a vowel. So that makes that la. Moolah. Learn your Turkish. That's not yogurt. Yazgolt. But yeah. See that there? That's a ch. When it puts the dangly bit underneath. It sneezed and prolapsed itself. And that's a dangling bit down there. This is the ch. Hey, Rhodes. Well, I hope you get it. Nah. Rhodes didn't do nothing wrong. Oh, my God. Yeah, it's very bad. Very, very bad for the flooding around these areas. Yeah, it's very hilly. Steep. Herculean will blow his tap. Chemwise across Europe yesterday was bad. Very, very bad. The setup for this storm's all out here. Breast. They spelled breast ring. It's supposed to be spelled T-I-T-T-Y. Chemtrail, 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 chemtrail there, over here, over there, over here. Flood them here, over there. Let's see how they set Italy up. Italy's going to get set up. It's got about 2 more days for all the massive spray there. But there wasn't lacking it. There wasn't lacking it at all. The color of that's different than the color of that. That's not a fluffy white cloud. There wasn't an eclipse going on at that very moment for that part of the world to yield such a color that time of day. No, it's a camper. That's sand. That was sand that was headed toward Turkey. That's an eddy of sand from the desert. And they get the chem up in the air to hold it in the air and to fuel the imminent flooding and rains of Greece and Turkey, because they're going to get it too. So right, with that said, I got to head to the head. I got to go to the toilet. If you care to support my work, if you find my work valuable, you may do so at paypal.me/Robert Deutsch. And if you do not find it valuable, you do not have to. And if you find it valuable and you don't support it, I still think that's okay too. Sharing is caring. Get those warnings out, okay? Right? All right, big love, people. We're going to keep an eye on things. Why? Because if we don't keep our eyes on the skies, they go not seen. And we don't want not seen skies. Nope. Be a seer, not a Nazi. Big love. Peace.